First leg, Joe to throw first. Game on.
And the fact he's taken out the world champion in the quarterfinals, he will be brimming with confidence here. Joe Cullen taking advantage perhaps of a far from well Michael Smith in his quarterfinal, but still putting in some very good numbers anyway.
134.
Well, Gerwyn Price has never failed to get at least 5 legs whenever he's played Joe Cullen.
100.
But a maximum for the rock star. Puts him on the way to getting the first, potentially. Yeah, he's won 2 of their 3 meetings, and he was only beaten in the last leg decider. In the one he lost.
140.
Yes, already Gerwyn Price clenching the fists and acknowledging his productive visits to the board. And
60.
What a week it's been, or what a weekend it's been for Gerwyn Price, full stop. Absentee last year, first round defeat in 2016. He's not really had a great deal of joy in this part of the world, in Austria, but this could well be a tournament to savour and a tournament to remember for him.
Trouble 17. Back up to the 20s. Strays into the 5.
128.
Trouble 20 and bull.
63. Joe, you require 69.
Double 16 then for the opener.
Game shot, the first leg, Joe Cullen. They're going to go into Rover.
69 checkout to start things off for Joe Cullen.
Cullen,
100.
98 average against Michael Smith, saw him off 6-2. It was a bit more laboured against Mervyn King.
100.
But it was pretty impressive against Steve Lennon to start his campaign yesterday. 96 average in his 6-2 victory there. So he's only lost, what, 3 against King, 2 against Smith, 2 against Lennon.
45.
7 legs so far, Joe Cullen. It is first to 7, of course, in the semi-finals. This extended format that we've got on the European Tour this year.
Two fairly similar recent pathways for these two as well. There are similarities in the way both players have come on of late.
140.
Joe Cullen playing in his first TV quarterfinal at the UK Open in 2016. And Gerwyn Price contesting the first televised final of his career against Peter Wright at the UK Open in 2017. So, I mean, Gerwyn Price, I mean, people talk about Rob Cross and it probably overshadows what Gerwyn Price has done since he
140.
became a darts player and came onto the Pro Tour. And the transition he's made, not only in his career, but the fact he's changed direction completely.
Fantastic check out, the 1-2-1, a huge celebration from Gerwyn Price. I think this is going to be fantastically entertaining. If Cullen gets into full Joe Cullen mode, strutting about, winking and peacocking about the stage, and Gerwyn Price gives us a bit more of his trademark aggression, it is going to be immensely watchable.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of darts to be played before we can start talking about potential finals, but
100.
just imagine what Gerwyn Price would be like in front of this crowd if he was playing Mensur Suljovic, for example. Just contemplate that for a moment. He would love that opportunity. But like I say, let's not talk about that just yet, because Johnny Clayton could well have a big say. And Joe Cullen could have a big say in this one as well.
83.
Yeah, difficult one to call. The only thing really that I think stands in Joe Cullen's favour is the fact that he's been here so often. I think this is his 4th Euro Tour semi-final.
It is.
And, yeah, all right, he keeps getting beaten in those semi-finals.
100.
But he's there and he's ready to take that next step. It's just whether he can perform. When he played in this tournament last year and made the semi-finals, it was a real shoddy performance, to be honest. He averaged 79 and was beaten by Michael Smith.
100.
Yeah, just seemed to run out of steam last year. Smith played very well in that semi-final and in the final itself against Michael van Gerwen. 6-5 it was. It was an epic. It was a really good tussle between those two. And I said at the very outset of the weekend, it's a tournament that has produced stories pretty much every edition since the start in 2012.
Great dart, that.
Lovely. 50 away then. Get ready for the reaction if this goes in. Oh my word, look at that. And just like Sulovic in his quarter-final, that was right in the middle. That was nowhere near the wire. Absolutely plumb from Gerwyn Price, and it's a break of throw. He leads 2-1.
Back-to-back checkouts from Gerwyn Price.
1-2-1
and 130. Oh, point not touching, won't get anything for that. He has been hitting, coming into this game, Gerwyn Price over the course of the weekend is hitting almost half of his darts at double. He's 2 out of 2 right now, and that is title-winning finishing, that. If you're hitting 50% of your doubles over the course of an entire tournament, that can win you things, and Gerwyn Price has won things. He won back-to-back Pro Tour titles a couple of years back. Joe Cullen won on the Pro Tour last year. That was his first senior title, having won various development tour titles as well. But he followed that up with another win, both in Barnsley, his native Yorkshire.
43, going 142.
Well, he's finishing so far today. 1-2-1 check out, then a big one in the last leg as well.
Oh, another one there.
It's on again here. Ooh. That would have left his favourite tops. He loves tops. Oh dear, Joe.
64. Unicorn 70.
Double 10. Single 20. Oh, he's thrown it out of the board.
30.
Well, will that be a game-changing moment? Well, not right now, it won't, because Joe Cullen cannot take out 1-1-1.
Silly play from Gerwyn Price, the Iceman. Wasn't punished, though. And he makes up for it. 3-1, Gerwyn Price.
Just beginning to warm up this one. I think the crowd maybe just resting themselves ahead of another shout fest later. 38 for Gerwyn Price as he looks to claim another break of throw here.
134.
38, followed by a maximum.
190.
Oh, that meant something as well for Gerwyn Price.
99.
Yeah, good counting there from Joe Cullen, gets him down to 170, and Gerwyn again being a little bit inconsistent here. 38 and that as well, either side of that 180.
I think he would have just laid up there anyway.
98.
Joe Cullen, no need to go for the bullseye. He's a player who usually takes a pragmatic approach.
72.
A little bit close to the treble there.
48.
And he is going to come back looking at double 12.
Well,
24.
Price, if he gets the opportunity, will fancy his chances. Joe Cullen might give him the opportunity here. But he doesn't. Vital last start that. I think Gerwyn Price might have fancied that 78, but it's 3-2.
60.
And an 18 dart hold of throw for Joe Cullen.
Better.
100.
Got to find a break and throw from somewhere. Joe Cullen could well find it here. These guys not playing as well as they have been doing this weekend, and I just wonder whether that's because they both see this as their best opportunity that they have had so far to make the final one of these events. Now Joe Cullen in his 4th semi-final. He's been beaten by some big names, the likes of Van Gerwen and Peter Wright. Gerwyn Price beaten by Peter Wright, of course, in his one previous semi-final on the European Tour. But going up against somebody who's never made a final, you know, they'll both see this as a massive, massive opportunity. Great dart.
100.
Lovely setup. 12 darts thrown, leaves himself double 8, and this is the opportunity that Cullen was waiting for.
55. Gerwyn Price 16.
So double 8-2 level the match at 3 apiece, having trailed 3-1, and Joe Cullen doesn't mess around there either. It was something that we were just talking about there about maintaining standards on a final day of a European Tour event, especially in conditions like this. Paul Nicholson touched upon it earlier in the campaign in Leverkusen.
140.
Cullen threatens the 180. It's just a very difficult thing to do, to maintain intensity and pile on 100 average after 100 average when you're playing 4 matches in a day potentially.
Yeah, it is.
It's a very draining exercise. I mean,
91.
These were Paul Nicholson's words, not mine.
And you often have to get better if you're going to go on and win these things. You often have to go and produce your best in the
85.
semis or the final, because you know, the caliber of players, and they are confident, and a lot of the time, you know, look, Mensur has huge experience of playing these European tours and making it to the final session. He's made 4 Euro Tour finals, won 1 of them, but he's made so many semi-finals. So he knows what these are about. But Joe has been picking up that experience over the last few years.
42.
Gerwyn obviously has some, not as much as Joe. And a cheer of a 140 there, Gerwyn. Sort of pulled out that celebration. Treble 20 in ball. Not to be.
92. Go Uruguay 84.
Can still do this. Not his favourite double. But double 16 is missed by Gerwyn Price.
Joe Uruguay 36.
And Joe Cullen is on the verge here of winning a 3rd successive leg. But he needs double 9.
18.
And it was some way wide of the margin as well.
Uruguay 32.
Price here has another chance for a break of throw. Double 8 for a 4-3 lead.
Ooh, he's nearly busted there.
Edgy stuff from Gerwyn Price. Has to find a way through those 2 and does so over the top, down the middle.
I think that was not only a celebration for that visit, but sort of the rest of the celebration for the 140 earlier on that he pulled out of. Just delayed it.
Just held his fire, didn't he, first time around, but there was a bit of a release behind that one.
60.
Remember, first to 7 in these semi-finals. There is still a little bit more wiggle room for Joe Cullen if he is going to turn this one around.
Yeah, and Gerwyn Price, by and large, has not enjoyed first to 7 matches this year, has he?
No, he has not.
But
didn't manage to win 1 at all in his Premier League campaign. Did get some points.
Yeah, drew 4 with it. Or not? Yeah.
I shall tell you.
Off the top of my head, I think it was.
96.
Or was it? It was either 2 or 4.
I think it's 2. Yeah. Darryl Gurney has drawn 4 or 5. fairness, it was just the 2 draws for Gerwyn Price, 7 defeats. Darren Gurney has drawn 5, as has Peter White.
Just do it easing away from Joe Cullen here, and he's certainly going the right way about it.
137.
Can Joe stay in touch?
93, going 170.
It's got to be 14 and ball, I think. Bullseye.
Oh,
He made it hard for himself, but he takes out the 70 checkout on the ball. And everything is going Gerwyn Price's way right now. 2 legs away from his first ever Euro Tour final is Joe Cullen, fearing that it's happening again. Another Euro Tour semi-final exit.
a ball finish in leg 3, a ball finish in leg 8.
60.
Gerwyn Price in a bullish frame of mind now. 5-3 to the good. And those healthy checkout stats pretty much being maintained here. 6 from 7 against Rob Cross. 5 from 8 here.
I said earlier on, you hit half your darts at double over the course of a tournament, it can win you things, and Gerwyn Price only averaging 87. Scoring nowhere near what it should be like. But his finishing is such that when he's been given opportunities by Joe Cullen, he has taken them. He's going to have to put it all together, if you think, if he's going to go on and win this title. He's going to have to start scoring better. But the finishing has been very good all weekend from Gerwyn Price.
94.
Tops to cut the gap.
Keeps him in touch. Still a breakdown. I just get the feeling there is something a bit more to come from Joe Cullen here. There will be, I feel, another response. May well be here. Perfect start to a leg in which Price threw first as he tries to secure a break back.
140.
Ton 40 would do nicely here.
100.
Just the ton though. Shake of the head from Gerwyn. Loads of room if he stays there.
140.
Break a throw for Joe Cullen here. He becomes the favourite.
134. Going 127.
Oh, it can't be done. It cannot be done after that first dart. And Gerwyn Price, he'll look at the bullseye first dart, I think, unless he goes treble 14. Well,
that's a 6.
is it double-double? No, he went for treble-double, and he does not get a dart for the leg. A slip. Can Cullen punish him? Treble 19. Ball.
60.
Moved the wire. Cullen cannot believe it.
Well, this was a good leg for Joe Cullen at the start. He scored well early on, but Gerwyn Price takes it. Normally 6-4 would be enough on the European Tour. This time last year it would have been enough, but one more leg required for Gerwyn Price. That was a really good opportunity for Joe there,
96.
but it wasn't to be. Had the 180 to set the tone,
60.
but didn't fully capitalise. And that leg also meant a great deal for Gerwyn Price, who is now just one away from a place in the final here in Graz.
96.
Well, he's got some fans in here, Gerwyn Price.
100. 29.
Needed to fill it up to get to a finish. Cullen knows he's got a couple of visits, but that means that Gerwyn Price is breathing down his neck. Oh, fantastic.
138.
Yeah, just gives himself a bit of leeway here. That's okay, he's down to 104. 16s for Joe.
40.
There was a shout right there as Cullen sized up that final dart. George Noble had a glance over as well. Something maybe for George to keep an eye on here, or an ear out for. Yeah, it was there again. Gerwyn Price's support crew, or the fans who are following Gerwyn Price here, just making a bit of a nuisance of themselves. But Joe Cullen wins the leg anyway.
His scoring has not been particularly impressive in this game, Gerwyn Price, but in a leg where he knows just to hold a throw and he's over the line. If he doesn't, he goes second favourite in this match. He's kicked off ton 40. And that speaks volumes about this man's character. He has had a very, very tough time of it over the last few months. He's not been enjoying the game. He's been barracked on social media by people who just say he's not good enough.
140.
Well, this weekend, he has answered some of those critics, and he is on the verge of a first Euro Tour final. Oh, but he's making it hard for himself.
He certainly is. It's fairly inevitable that, you know, his stomach will be turning cartwheels here. All sorts of things will be racing through his mind. Learning to play the game between his ears here. 78 away.
98.
Gerwyn Price will get 2 match darts unless Joe Cullen can take out a monstrous checkout. He needed that second treble. And now all he's doing is hoping that a man who's been deadly on the doubles, hitting 2/3 of them. Oh, well, he's missed a big number. He's only going to get 1 match dart. It is at his favourite. Double top.
20.
How costly could that first dart be? Joe Cullen here to gobble this one up. What a steal this would be. 2 bites at double 16 to take us into a decider.
9.
And it's a massive, massive let-off, and Joe Cullen tries to, well, almost bury his head in his shirt there.
That was his chance. The rock star may once again be going out in the semis on the Euro Tour. Double 10 is missed.
Well,
32.
what drama here in this first semi-final here in Graz. Joe Cullen looking now at double 8s, and we're now looking at a decider. One of these 2 men will be competing in a first Euro Tour final. It still could be Joe Cullen. He has clawed his way back. He has found a break, a very unlikely break. Gerwyn Price was in control. He had his destiny in his own hands there, and he's not been able to take full advantage of that loose first dart that strayed into the 1 when he was just looking to set up that opportunity for tops. How costly could that be?
4 match darts missed by Gerwyn Price. Will he get another? Joe Cullen, the Euro Tour came at just the right time for him. He hasn't been playing brilliantly on the Pro Tour for the start of this year, but the Euro Tour has given him an opportunity to drag himself back into some form. He got back to winning games. Some of them won in pretty ugly fashion, but there have been little moments of quality, and it's built up his confidence. And well,
of all time,
Robin
of all
Hood
the
in the last leg decider.
Well, Gerwyn Price has not scored over 100 in any visit in this final leg. He might well do here, though.
150.
That's more like it from Gerwyn.
Down to a finish first. Joe Cullen. Oh, my.
40.
Oh, it's not enough. Gerwyn Price has got 2 visits. He is going to get more match darts, Gerwyn Price.
Well, do not read anything into this just yet. Gerwyn Price has missed match darts already. Joe Cullen needs a treble here. Oh, it's more points that he's tossed away. He had the Robin Hood in the previous visit. And then that's...
Thank you.
And Gerwyn Price now looking at double 12.
The Iceman. Oh, my word, it's 3 more match darts. Joe Cullen back on 156. Is this the moment of quality? No, it's not going to be. Gerwyn Price on 3.
85.
These are awkward.
That's the easy bit. Gerwyn Price looking at double 1. Not a problem, my word, after all those missed darts for the match. Gerwyn Price takes it out in the madhouse, and Gerwyn Price soaks up the applause as he secures his place in a first ever Euro Tour final.